other settlements, potential settlements, and one that had taken place, but the News of the World shut down, what was it, 8 years ago?
It did, and we're still seeing victims coming forward. There are hundreds in the pipeline. There may well be thousands still to go. And remember, it's not just the News of the World who have settled. It's the Sun, it's Mirror Group newspapers, and there may be others. And in respect of the Mirror Group, they have held their hands up and they've said, we did this, and we apologise. The judge in one of the Mirror Group cases actually said it was institutionalised and widespread, whereas for News Group, they are simply, in respect of the Sun, refusing to accept any liability, but they are making the payments. So we can read from that what we will. There are very, very large sums of money being paid out by News Group. They are absolutely desperate to make sure these cases do not come to open court, where there are executives who might be held to account.
And you are talking, you mentioned there, what, potentially hundreds more of these civil cases?
Potentially thousands.
Thousands?
Yes, we've already seen over £500 million being spent in settlements and legal fees. It could rise to over £1 billion. And remember, you'll appreciate this, this is at a time when journalists are being laid off, when journalism itself is in trouble, but we are still seeing the fallout from an organisation, I'm afraid probably several organisations, where this kind of practice was widespread. And yet, no one has been held accountable. There has been no one who stepped up and said, we're talking about at MD level, at editor level, to say, this was done, it was wrong, and there needs to be some accountability for it.
Or indeed that we sanctioned it, or certainly knew about it.
Well, we were supposed to have the second part of the Leveson Inquiry to look into this.
Well, also, what about, people are going to listen to this and say, well, there were criminal trials back a few years ago, but any potential for any more?
Well,
it's a criminal action, hacking a phone.
This is exactly what the second part of the Leveson Inquiry was supposed to look at. There were many people who were not questioned or were not asked certain questions during the first part of that inquiry because there were criminal trials pending. They finished in 2016, but Theresa May, unfortunately, when she became Prime Minister, did not have the courage to go ahead with that inquiry, which was stopped by her government.
But does it require an inquiry to allow the police to continue investigating?
Well, we're not just talking about criminal matters. I mean, yes, you need some kind of inquiry to establish what the facts were, but we're also talking about people's data being stolen. We're talking about civil actions in many parts. We're talking about a scale of professional wrongdoing under the guise of journalism, which really should have no right to exist in most people's professional lives. But no one's been held to account for it, and that is why we're going to see more settlements coming through of this kind of magnitude.
Okay, Professor Barnett, thank you very much indeed for sharing your thoughts with us. Very good to see you. And you are